on how violence and our heads work, so I'm interested in. Kirsty.
Carla's on line 1.
Carla, good morning. Morning, Carla.
Hi.
Hi there.
I don't think children are born violent at all. I think it's something that you're brought up with.
So when you saw that, I don't know if you saw the little footage there of the kids, two-year-olds they were, 2 to 3, pushing each other around, punching each other, wrestling over a scooter.
That's something that they're allowed to do, though. It's something that, it's like, the way I'm thinking of describing it is what you're exposed to. So they might have seen it in society in a whole.
At 2 years of age, so, I mean, they're not going to... I don't know, I mean, maybe you're right.
Well, you can't protect your children from everything in the entire world. You can't, like, wrap them up in cotton wool. You can't stop them seeing and taking things in. Like, my little boy absorbs absolutely everything. You hide sweets and he knows where they are. You think you've sort of protected him from them, you know, from seeing where you're hiding things, and he will find them. I think that's what it is. I think it's like a curiosity thing to explore the world.
Okay,
And you know, you find yourself being exposed to these things.
It's interesting, Carl, that professor last night said it's innate in children, violence.
And the idea was that it's the survival mechanism, that if resources were scarce, which of course they are, but say you are on an island with a limited amount of food, you would fight for that food. You would fight, and the strongest would survive.
Is that without the education?
That would be...
Because I would share. If there were me and you. If there were me and you.
If it was your daughters were starving to death, and you thought that another family on the other end of the island was taking more than their fair share, perhaps maybe then you would
Well, I'd definitely try and talk it out first.
Yeah.
And try and
they just say, go away. No, we've got our share. You look after your own daughter. I'm sorry she's getting really thin. That's your problem.
Then I'd deck him.
Right. Carla, thank you. Interesting that she thinks we learn it. And in fact, I mean, the psychologists are arguing is what we actually learn is self-control. That is the thing that we're taught. So another question.
Carl's on line 2.
OK, Carl, good morning. Morning, Carl.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are we born violent?
Yeah, I think we are. I mean, I think we're all born, certainly with a capacity for violence. And I've got to disagree, you know, with the last caller who seemed to think it was all environmental. I don't. I think it is a mixture of both your genetics and your environment. I think that's clear. But I think my point is that as well as that capacity for violence, we all also have the capacity to overcome violence. And I think that's much more positive.
Yeah, but then I'm thinking, and it's the age-old argument about the influence that the media has. So we have a 2-year-old who's been plopped in front of the telly, and they watch something as comparatively innocent as Tom and Jerry cartoons. Mum and Dad start saying to them, assuming Dad's around, say to their kids, look, you know, violence is not good, be nice to your sister, be nice to your brother. And at the same time, they're seeing Tom getting a whack from Jerry. So they're getting mixed messages.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that, obviously, that's the environmental part of the equation.
Yeah.
You know, it's all down to us.
But it makes you think about TV, cartoons, videos, video games, and young kids.
Absolutely, I think we all got to think about that. But I mean, I think Mark was absolutely right earlier when he was talking about nature and nurture, and also with his talk at the moment, the caveman thing. I think that starting point is that is where our beginnings are, and it's really down to us to overcome them. And in fact, if I may, I would want to ask something of Mark, is that, well, I mean, funny enough, my comrades now are planning a revolution at the moment, and we would like to offer Mark the position of Prime Minister.
In this revolutionary government?
Yes.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yes, good, I'll take that up, yes. Yeah. Sounds good to me. We need a revolution. We need a revolution of thinking, and yes, bring it on. Our evolution is a little bit slow. And I am an evolutionist, but I think that revolution has to be part of revolution. So, yeah, a president, that's an interesting...
Yeah, but you don't know what kind of new government he's offering. I mean...
Yeah, well, I'm the president. I can tell them what to do. And it will be about sharing. It'll be power share.
OK.
Who knows what, you know, who...
But it's fascinating how easily you can move from a situation where you think I'm going to share to a situation where you're going to fight. So easily.
But again, it's a protection thing. You talked about my daughter being starving, and I wouldn't be fighting for the food for me. I'd be fighting for protection of my child.
Exactly.
So it wouldn't be the violence that I really, really wanted to do. I want to talk it out first. I want to make a deal. I want us to go and catch the boar together and split it down the middle. But as soon as you start being unfair to my children or to somebody who's very close to me, then you're in trouble.
Can I say that on this island he's going to live on, all these girls want to go with him? They're completely in love with him now, aren't they?
I'm quite happy with that. You know, if my wife agrees, I'm happy.
I want to wish Carl the best of luck with his revolution. Go, brother, go. Assuming it's a non-violent revolution, yeah?
We go with a bit of both.
Change must come through the barrel of a gun.
Violence sounds psychopathic. Aggression sounds human. And I think that's what violence is. Some perversion of our initial human traits.
OK, I was going to take another call, but I'm going to stop because we've got Davina to come. And so instead, I'm going to wish away this morning's panel. Dean, absolutely.
Thank you.
Really great talking to us as well. Thank you. I hope it runs and runs and runs as well, Ashes to Ashes, and I look forward to fishing with you soon. I really do. We're going to do it this year.
Definitely.
That's for you two. Brilliant show once again.
Brilliant.
Thanks, guys. Give it up for the panel one more time. Go on. And if you're in Guildford tonight, you've got nothing to do, check out Mark's show.
Good on your text,
Where is it on? Where is it on?
Guildford at the Yvonne and...
Oh, no. Ooh, la-di-da.
It's a lovely
Very
theatre,
posh.
loveliest theatre.
Down by the River Way.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
No trout there. After the break...